Coach Chryst. Coach, we'll call on you first for your thoughts on tonight's game, and then we'll go to questions from the board.
Okay, well certainly hats off. It's a very talented, well-coached Alabama team, and they made more plays and was a better team tonight. And yet, like I told the players after the game, I thought there were some things that we can build on, and I'm proud of a lot of the guys. I thought put themselves out there the whole game, and that's what you want, and I think those guys expect that of themselves and of their teammates, but you still appreciate that. And, there's some areas that clearly we got to improve upon, and for us to be the team that we want to be, and I think we're going to look at the film and see some areas where I think we can build on and build off of. I thought some guys stood out. Certainly it was unfortunate to lose Mike early in the game, and yet I thought that not just Dakota coming in at the position, but I thought some guys on defense stepped up. I was impressed just from what I saw on the sideline. How Shobes played, and I thought TJ showed up. Sojourn was challenged and rose up, and Vince kept giving energy. And there'll be more guys. Certainly gave up too many big plays, and offensively just never got in a rhythm. Struggled running the football, and I thought there was some good things, but never got into a rhythm.
Okay, thank you, Coach. We'll go to questions. Again, we have microphones in the room. First question here on the front row.
Paul, when exactly did Corey get hurt, and was the injury the only reason he got just 8 carries?
Correct. Yeah. He was kind of been bothering him a little bit, and give him a lot of credit. This game was important for him, and it was all driven because of how he was feeling.
When did it happen exactly?
Happened kind of during the week.
Any other questions for Coach? Okay, we'll go here on the left. Here on the aisle first, right here.
Coach, you were talking about getting into rhythm on the offense. What was Alabama doing to you defensively to throw you off rhythm a bit?
Well, they were, we couldn't run the football with any consistency. We had a couple runs, but nothing consistent. There was a couple times they got their hands up, the ball went down, and had some pressures. It's a good defense, but I just didn't feel like we were able to kind of be consistent. I thought it was pivotal, kind of that swing. They could have finished the half, maybe some points, and then I thought offensively, defensively, special teams, we didn't start well the second half, and I think they were opportunistic and defensive. I think it's a really talented, good defense, and we just didn't make enough plays on it.
It will stay on Coach's left here on the front.
Paul, what were your impressions of Joel tonight?
I thought Joel, I love the way he competed, and I thought he did some good things. I think he was seeing the field well. A couple throws, they did a nice job, and the windows closed pretty quick with this group. But I thought he was decisive, and I thought he did some good things. I'm sure we'll look back, and there'll be some areas like everyone where we can get better. But I thought that I loved his demeanor throughout the game, and I think that he's the first one to say, we didn't win. I don't think he's pleased with himself, but I thought there was some. I liked being around him.
Do you have a follow-up question? Okay.
He was in such a good rhythm in the first half. Is that tough to maintain when you can't count on a run game to complement it?
No, I think they were just, I think Alabama made some plays, and there was a couple times we got disrupted, and we had a couple sacks, and but I don't think that Joel would say that, nor do I. I think that you've got to, and I'm not saying you can hold it throughout the game, but I thought that there was, there was guys playing, competing, and they made some plays certainly, and I thought he made some, but we didn't make enough.
Let's move here to the right.
To run for 40 rushing yards and getting 20-something on a late run, not very Wisconsin football to do that. What specifically about Alabama's run stop stood out to you?
I think they got really good players, and we weren't. I didn't think we were getting movement, and certainly that's an area that we've got to improve upon.
They've been talking about their front seven, maybe one of the better front sevens they've had in a long time. But just where did that stand in your mind with the way they just wanted the ball?
Thought they were really good.
Okay, we'll go on the right side aisle.
Paul, we saw on the television broadcast Michael pretty shooken up after that one play. How tough is that for you as a head coach to watch?
Well, you don't want any of your players getting injured, and and talking to Mike even during it, he said it's hard on him. I mean, he loves this team and loves playing, and yet it was pretty clear, and so hopefully he'll rebound, and he means a lot to this team. But it's, those decisions are pretty easy.
Coach, we'll move to the far right.
Paul Duncan. Was Tanner 100%, and you weren't able to get anything over the top, and could you even try, or were you reluctant to try, maybe because of the pass?
We tried a couple times, and one of those was a sack on our right, and so we tried a couple, but I was a little bit concerned about how long we could hold up in the protection, and Tanner was, I think he ended up playing the game and going. He was a little bit banged up coming into it, but it's, I think that we've got to get more. I think we need to get him more involved, clearly, and I think it was some of the things that they did that were tough. Had a couple other ones, and trying to dial up some things for him, and just it didn't work real well.
Let's go toward the back, I believe.
Coach, did losing Caputo early change the strategy at all on defense? I mean, how did that change things right away, losing him out of the game?
You don't know in the sense that you had him for 3 plays or whatever. I mean, Mike's I think, certainly one of our better players and an emotional leader, our captain. If that guys stepped up, and it's we didn't go to a whole different defensive scheme or anything like that. But you want to play a very good team with all your guys, and we weren't able to do that tonight. But I don't know if it. I don't know what the impact would have been. How it would have been different. You know what I mean?
Have time for 2 more questions. We'll go here on the extreme right.
Hey, Paul, even with the loss, big picture, do you see the value in playing in this game? Are you glad you did it?
I love, our players loved it. Absolutely. It's, anytime that you can play against, an opponent like Alabama, in a great stadium, that means a lot. You've got a lot of players that this meant a lot to, and absolutely we would have liked to have played better and won the game. But it's what a great experience for a lot of our guys, and that you're appreciative to be able to play in games like this. And like I said, we wanted to play better. We didn't. I think there's some areas we can build on. We need to, and look forward to getting back with this group, starting to get ready for next week.
Okay, final question for Coach here on the front.
Hey, Paul, I've got 2 real quick. First, did Leon Jacobs re-aggravate that toe injury, and was that bothering him a lot? And then second, how discouraging were some of the missed tackles on some of those long runs?
I'll find out, on Leon for sure. Certainly was hobbled on the one, and absolutely they had some big plays, and I think, some of them were clearly, missed tackles, and I think that's always 2 things. There's some things that we can do with that and control it, and I also think they had some pretty good players running through those tackles.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.